and this video is kind of like a review slash my thoughts and kind of my initial impressions of the game, and kind of some goods and some bad points about the game. So throughout this video I should have some gameplay playing in the background, and this is literally just me like straight on the game. Hadn't really had much practice of it, so you can kind of see like how the game compares in difficulty to Battlefield 4 by the way that I kind of suck. And yeah, there'll also be some videos of the points that I'm talking about. So yeah, let's get started with the good points. Things I like about this game, first thing is the zip lines and the other gadgets basically. Like the gadgets in this game really make this game good because they're just really cool, like completely different to what we've normally seen. So an example of this is the zip line. This can be picked up on the map and kind of on the rooftops, but it can also be bought as a professional or recon gadget, so that's quite good. And this basically allows you to just kind of pick any location below you, any like rooftop, or so if you're on a higher rooftop you can pick a lower down rooftop, and you can just shoot this kind of like grappling hook zipline thing, and it will set up a zip wire where you just press E, and then you and your team or squad can go down the zip line to the other rooftop. So this is really cool for kind of the rooftop part of the game, which is quite a key part, as you can access every rooftop on the game, and you're designed to access every rooftop. So every rooftop has detailing. It's not just like kind of derped out and plain like quite a few of the roofs on Battlefield 4. So this adds a completely new kind of dimension to the game, that you can fly in with a heli with the rest of your squad, and I mean there's like 8-man helis, so you can take like half your team in this heli, go to a roof, grab a zip line, go around, and you can snipe people from up there. But while you're doing that, there's still people below you, and it's pretty good because like in the games like Heist, which was the beta, was Heist, and I can't remember the map name, but it's yeah, it's like a city map, kind of like Siege of Shanghai. Like a lot of the buildings look pretty similar to Siege of Shanghai, so they might have taken some of the texturing from that. But you can kind of one of the points for Heist is kind of like rush, so it has like points where you have to attack and then the other team has to defuse it. That one of the points is on the roof, so that like is completely crazy compared to Battlefield 4, where it's all like on the ground and pretty basic and simple, whereas this is like pretty crazy. And also the buildings have a lot of detail, which is pretty good. So that's another great thing, is that the detailing is just like crazy compared to a lot of other games, that you can like go in like most parts of the buildings, like pretty much every building you can go inside. So rather than just being like 2 buildings that you can go in, you can go in every single one pretty much. So yeah, another thing I like about this game, the cars are really cool, and all the vehicles in the game are really cool. Like in Battlefield 4 I wasn't really big on tanks, so I'm not too worried about there not being tanks in the game. I mean, if you loved camping people in tanks, then you probably won't like this game, because it is mostly infantry only, and kind of transport vehicles. There's a few vehicles like Z11s and these kind of cars with like huge machine guns pointing at the top, which is pretty cool. That's kind of the only vehicle thing that you can kill people with. But yeah, the main cars, like the sedan cars and the like police interceptors, they are really fast and really good. So that's like completely cool, because you can just bomb it across a map, and because it's kind of infantry only, you can kind of get into a huge car chase suddenly and all sorts, and that's helped by the fact that you can lean out of cars as well, so you can shoot other cars and other people while you're like in a passenger seat of a car. So that's pretty good. And also with cars, they kind of put the cars in and then realised that it wouldn't work with the Battlefield 4 collisions. So when you hit something, it used to take off damage in Battlefield 4, whereas they've completely removed that now. So if you hit something at full speed, you still won't take any damage, which is pretty good. So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature of the game. What else? Hit markers, that's another cool thing. Now if you get, it's kind of like COD, but not really. If you get a headshot, basically you get a little red cross, and that's pretty good for telling like if you get a headshot. So you can see whether like how much damage you've taken off them and stuff. If you're a sniper, that's pretty useful. Well, actually, if you're a sniper, it'd be a one-hit kill. But if you're like sniping with an assault rifle or something, that's quite useful because you can tell like how much more hits you need to kill them. And also when you get killed, you get this kind of little body in the corner which has one area shaded in red. So this can tell you like where you took damage, so you can like study these and kind of figure out like where you're going wrong, whether you're like sticking out the side of your cover or whatever. Yeah, whether you're crouching more, you'll probably get killed in the head more or stuff like that. So you can tell quite a lot from that, and that's quite good as well. If you think like parts, it kind of reassures you that the game isn't like broken, so you can't claim that you were like killed wrongly and stuff, which is it's pretty funny because yeah, I used to always claim that I was getting shot weirdly and stuff and all sorts. And that kind of brings me on to the netcode in this game, which is supposedly as good. So the game is using the Battlefield 4 netcode, which I mean, you might say, oh, well, it's still broken then, but at least then it is pretty developed and it will come out pretty much fixed. There are still little bugs, but I mean, they'll probably get ironed out pretty quickly. And it's probably quite good that a different team are working on it, so it should maybe a different set of minds will come together and fix it. I don't know. I don't know how this kind of stuff works. But yeah, that's pretty good. So the netcode should be okay, and that's kind of like with the rest of the game, is it should be more polished than Battlefield 4. I mean, this beta is a lot more polished than the Battlefield 4 beta. I remember I'm on Windows 8 and I couldn't even load the Battlefield 4 beta, so this is obviously quite a lot better because obviously I can load it. So yeah, they've kind of got it a bit better. So that should mean that it comes out a bit more developed, and any bugs there are still in, which there are a few bugs, kind of like the sounds are a bit iffy sometimes, the animations are sometimes a bit off. That's kind of, yeah, they're little bugs that can be soon ironed out by the developers, which is the point of the beta, is that it gets the feedback and stuff. Other cool things about the game is I'm not sure whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, but they've removed the counter knife. In Battlefield 4 you could counter someone if they came at you from front on with a melee. And I guess that was pretty useful if you were kind of in a knife fight, like if you could see them in a knife fight. So now when you come on head on, there's no way of resisting it. But I don't know, I'm still a bit unsure about that, because I mean, the point of the counter knife was that if in real life, if you could see them coming at you with a knife, you might be able to resist it. But maybe they should have added some more kind of odds, so you might be able to counter knife, you might not. It's kind of like a chance, so if you press the counter knife button, it might work, it might not. I think that would be a lot better, kind of, than just removing it altogether. So now you just have no chance of resisting the knife. But I guess we'll see how that turns out. It might be that the knife becomes OP, but I guess we'll see about that. More cool stuff. The perks system. Didn't manage to capture this on camera because I didn't have much time playing the beta. But basically you used to have squad perks. So if your whole squad was doing well, you'd kind of level up as a squad, and then you'd get perks. So like more grenades or more armor, stuff like that. Now you get that individually, so if you've been playing well for a while, you'll get this kind of pop-up on your screen, some options that you can pick, so you can have like some special armor, stuff like that. So that's pretty good that it's kind of a more personal thing now. So if the rest of your squad, if you don't know someone in your squad, maybe they're not kind of playing as a team as well, then that you won't kind of lose out as a squad. so that's a bit better. Other things that I'm kind of a bit more meh. They've only got one grenade now, so that will remove the grenade spamming, and it's not like the Argo, which the Argo just became OP. Yeah, that was a pretty OP grenade. But there's only one grenade, or one actual explosive grenade, and then a smoke grenade as well, in the beta. So they may add more, but I think they're going to try not to get rid of the kind of grenade spam that everyone was going on about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still a bit unsure, because I did quite like the Argo, because it was the one way that I could kind of OP someone, but yeah, I guess that's coming from me, who kind of sucks. Another cool thing is the cash system. So I don't know, some people might say this isn't so good, but for someone like me who doesn't maybe play quite as much as other people, this kind of levels out the playing field a bit. Basically, every point you earn is $1, and you can buy stuff from the inventory. Like, you buy it and then it's yours forever. So the weapons are maybe around $3,000, kind of like that, the more better weapons. I mean, in the beta there was like only one weapon per class, so I haven't been able to see like what the most expensive weapon is and what kind of price bracket that is. But this could mean that you can kind of save up for a weapon, so instead of trawling through like a load of weapons you don't like in Battlefield 4, the shotguns, there was kind of the 870 MCS was pretty good, and then all the others were pretty bad, and then there was like the last one or two, I can't remember, was pretty good as well. So instead of kind of going through all those weapons that you're not going to use because they're not that great, you can just save up for the last weapon, which I think this is a pretty cool feature, because yeah, as I say, it'll level out the playing fields a bit, so that should be good. But yeah, my overall kind of view on this game is pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't pre-order it if you haven't played the beta, because you might not like it that much. I kind of like it because I enjoy infantry, and I enjoy that kind of close combat, whereas some people might not like it. I mean, it's a lot more fast-paced than Battlefield 4, so it will probably take a bit of getting used to if you're moving from Battlefield 4. It's a lot quicker, but overall I think it's a pretty good game. So yeah, make sure you check out the beta. There will be a link down below. I think there should be another beta coming out maybe next week, so if you didn't get onto this first beta, there should be another chance for you to try it out. And yeah, it's worth signing up for it. Just it's like a 7 GB download, but you can delete it after you've played it, so it's worth it. So yeah, try get on that if you can. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Yeah, thanks for watching.